Hey, what's going on, everybody? Another one coach's opinion. This is probably gonna be short and brief, hopefully. There's a phrase out there. It's the same thing that makes you laugh can make you cry, and I'm saying this, because I see some fighters out there celebrating, and you knock a guy out, and you imitating previous, knockouts. You got your knockout routine. You got everything going. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Might dance a jig, do backflips, do throat cut. Put the X's out. You're doing whatever you do. But just remember that it could be your turn one day. And when it is, please act like the other guy acted when you gave him the crosses, or backflipped over him, or stepped over him, or danced a jig, or did the cabbage patch, or whatever it is you did. Play the same. Prime example, like I remember Chris Arreola kissed the guy before his fight, and he used to do stuff like, like you my woman or whatever. I guess that's why he kissed him. I couldn't think of no other way you would kiss a guy before a fight. But then, this is what you were doing to maybe the lower class fighter. But then when he fought Klitschko, this guy broke out in tears. And I couldn't feel sorry for him. He broke out in tears like a big baby. Oh, man. And I'm like, you lost. I understand you lost. But remember how you celebrated when you won. You know what I'm saying? Remember how you celebrated. Because Klitschko didn't do that to him. He could have very well, did whatever. So the same way you have a glorious victory, is the same way you can have a not so glorious defeat. So things can come around, and I guess I'm not talking to you, Floyd Mayweather, because I guess you say, well, it never happened to me, I never know. And if you stay out the game, it might not never happen to you. And if you fight Conor McGregor, it might not never happen to you. Or it might never happen to you. I add the not in there, but all I'm saying is, man, just realize that there's two sides of this coin, and when two fighters enter, majority of times, one is going to win and one is going to lose. And there's also a chance that the one might not remember how he lost until they wake him up. So if you can shoot off fireworks when you knock somebody out, be prepared to catch the ashes if it ever happens to you. And it's not a hated thing or anything. It's just realize, man, this guy might have trained just as hard as you. He might think he was just as good as you when you knocked him out. So if you want to celebrate. I'm not taking that from anybody. But when you lose, please don't go into a temper tantrum. Please don't sit there and cry to the point they got to carry you out the ring. You won like a man, lose like a man. Because it's going to happen. The great fighters lose sometimes, The great fighters lose sometimes. Ali talked a rack of trash. And rest in peace. Let me say that right now. Rest in peace to Ali, one of the motivators of this sport. I don't think there's a coach out here who hasn't taken something or used Ali in an example of something when it comes to boxing. I don't think there's a fighter out here who hasn't honored this man or put him on the pedestal that he deserves when it comes to sport. So just remember, Ali talked a lot of trash, but when he lost, I never saw him, crazy boo-hoo, and he was upset like the average man would be. I'm not telling you can't be upset, but you ain't see him throwing no temper tantrum. You ain't see him beyond consolement. You know what I'm saying? He had his up days and he had his down days, and you're gonna have that in this sport, definitely. A lot of people that don't really know Ali's career look at the movie and think it stopped at George Foreman. Well, check some videos and look at the Larry Holmes and Trevor Berbick fights, and you realize Ali's career didn't stop like that neither. You know, he took some thrashings before he finally hung up the gloves. And then, and another example would be Roy Jones. I mean, Roy Jones used to be a treat to watch. You know, everybody talks about Floyd Mayweather and everything, but you know, coming up, Roy Jones was on. You know, Roy Jones was the Floyd Mayweather, the rap songs and all that. He was Floyd Mayweather at one time. You know, and you know, his career definitely isn't ending in a glorified manner. You know, and he's still trying to fight. So, you know, but I take my hats off to him because he don't really have excuses. Even when he gets knocked out, he doesn't come on and say, man, you know, it was that guy probably had something in his gloves. You know, he loses like a man. I can respect him for that, you know. So if you remember everything he did in the ring, you know, you got to respect him for when he did lose. So, one coach's opinion. I'm just saying, you know, the coin flips both sides. It's going to be heads, it's going to be tails. You're going to be on the heads up end one day, you're going to be on the tail end one day. So remember that. And I'm not trying to tell you not to celebrate or not to do your thing. I'm just telling you that, remember, you could be on the other side of that picture one day. So enjoy your victories the way you can, you know what I'm saying, and the way you want to. But just remember that, you know, because I hate to see a fighter do all types of celebratory things, and then when he loses, act like a bitch. Let me just say that. You know, lose like a man, win like a man. One coach's opinion. Tell me what you think, coaches, or fighters, or fans. Coaches, fighters, and fans. One coach's opinion. Now give me yours.